Good morning, guys. All right, so I'm going through and I'm already checking out the comments. I see a lot of you guys out there from all over the world. So welcome to my live stream here at Real Men Real Style. We're only going for an hour this morning, so I've got some cool things. In fact, I've got a lot of stuff I'm going to be giving away. But I do want to, give a little bit of recognition to some of you guys. So I'm going through and just checking out. We've got NXZW. Let me see who else is out there. I'm looking through the comments. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Where are you at? Where are you from? Just jump in there, say hi. Let's see, and by the way, today's comments are going to be really important, especially if you're interested in some clothing, because I've got a company here that had sent me a lot of clothing, a lot of the wrong sizes. So I want to be, sending this stuff out to you guys here over the next week or two, once we identify some winners. And by the way, if you're watching this live broadcast and it's already done, we're no longer live, you can still win some of this clothing, because you've got to be ultra specific about the particular pieces, and I'll get into that here in a second. But let's go through. So I see Harry K, I see Magic Master, I see Accurate Games, Karthrick, I see Leppy Leppy, TJF, Toxic Profit, Silver Streak, Accurate Games, Pujan, Patrick. Who else is out there? I see Silver Streaks, Shanak, Melvin, Hector, Thomas. We got people from Hector from Arizona, Thomas from South Carolina. We got Shanyuk saying yo. Toxic is saying, hey Antonio, do you own any Seiko watches? Man, I'm wearing a Casio, not wearing a Seiko. No, the answer is I don't have any Seikos yet, but I've got a list of about 4 to 5 Seikos I'm going to be buying over the next month, and I'm going with each brand. You guys have asked me, and this is something piece by piece. I'm exploring brands. So right now I'm through with Rolex. I know it's pretty easy thing to say, but I mean, I'm just, at this point, I got what I wanted there in my luxury watches, but I am looking at other brands such as Tag, and some other, I know Patek. I don't know. I couldn't get into Patek. That's a lot of money, but I'm having fun with Casio. Purchased over 20 Casio watches that I've been testing to be able to talk to you guys more about this. And yes, Orient. I'm looking at Orient. I'm looking at Seiko. Going through. I'm actually looking at a couple of grand Seikos. I'm wanting, this sounds crazy, but I'm actually planning a trip here in the next year and a half to go to Japan, take my family. And to commemorate that, I'm really interested in that Grand Seiko Snowflake. That is just an amazing watch. The more I learn about it, but it's like, okay, I got to make an event of it and really justify. I mean, those things aren't cheap, even though they are a Seiko. But yeah, man, absolutely love Seiko. So Arian saying hello, Punjab saying good evening, Mosirbir, bring products which are also available in Pakistan. Man, I got to get my butt to Pakistan. Where are you at? Karachi? No, is that is it Karachi the capital of Pakistan? I can't remember. Give me some cities in Pakistan. I need to better figure out that country. I do know that you guys broke off of India 47 or 48, and just an amazing country, very mountainous. Just over next to I know a little bit about Pakistan, but not enough. I need to get my butt over there, right? India, I know you got a lot of you guys from India. And I see Danny is celebrating his birthday with us. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My daughter, actually, Ariana, just had a birthday October 1st. I've got another birthday November 4th with my other daughter, Katya. So lots of birthdays this time of the year. You can tell me and my wife, we like to be busy around the holidays, making kids. But let's go into Karam. We've got, all right, some more people from Nepal. Where else? Anson Belts. We're looking for a retailer in Europe. Man, they don't have a retailer in Europe. Who asked that question? T Little Technical. You love me? I love you too, Little Technical. And we've got Evening from Japan, Rai Mo. Right, where should I go in Japan? Right now, definitely Tokyo, but Japan just seems like I've been to Japan. It's been years, though. It's been like about 20 years since I've been to Japan. So I'm excited to go back and this time take my family. I didn't expect a live session. Well, now we're here. So we just put out a video, by the way, a couple hours ago. You probably saw me and my buddy Jeremy Fragrance. And by the way, Jeremy, I know him personally. We've met up multiple times. I've spent time with him and his family. His brother is an absolute just awesome guy. Actually lives out in Hawaii. I think actually just moved he's married to an American. And let me see. But Jeremy, I love what he's doing. He's actually, I don't know if he's talked about it, but he is actually possibly even looking to relocate so that he can continue his dream with getting his fragrances up off the ground, which is really, I'm going to be excited to promote his fragrances because this guy, if you haven't seen his channel and what he's doing, just amazing guy. But you know, at the same time, I try to encourage, and I'm friends with tons of people in the fragrance world because I have them come out to my event, Menfluential. Guys, if you don't know about this, that is the conference in Atlanta, Georgia that you need to attend. And I know that, you know, we got people here. Where are you guys from? We got India. I've got some of you guys over from Texas, Ukraine, Slava Ukraina, da. You know, it's like, of course, you know, it's like, actually, so just a little bit on Ukraine. I actually have a Ukrainian orphan group that's in town right now. I'm meeting with them right after this. We had dinner with them, and it's called Orphans Hope. And I work, you know, just kind of a side note, what we do here at Roman Real Style. And before I started this company, I lived in Ukraine and I worked with orphans through a company called Adopt an Angel. And now I'm able to take a big part of our profits and actually invest in Ukrainian orphans. So it sounds kind of crazy, but what I do is we identify orphans between the ages of about 14 and 17 that need skill training. And this is where I've even got a Russian channel that they watch and they actually help monitor and engage, and I pay them very well for it. And the reason being is that then they can earn skills and they can pick up things, because if you can imagine, without your parents or without anyone to kind of guide or mentor you, a lot of these kids are looking towards drugs, the girls towards prostitution. And my goal here is to give these kids skills, kind of like the whole biblical thing about you teach a man to fish and he'll be able to take care of himself the rest of his life. That's kind of what I approach it with. And so those guys are here in town. But yeah, that's how me and my wife, we definitely go to Ukraine every year. My kids speak Ukrainian, they speak Russian, and just, you know, so in case you're wondering about my Ukrainian connection. All right, guys, let me know. I want to hear where you're from. I mean, there's a lot of you guys out there. I see Canada, Canadius. I like that. You've got your whole username, and happy Thanksgiving weekend from Canada. I did not. Thanksgiving. What do you guys celebrate in Thanksgiving and Halloween time, man? I know. You're not part of the United States. We like to tease you guys, and you guys actually produce some of the best, I think, actors. It seemed like half our actors in Hollywood seem to come from Canada. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But all right, guys, let's see where else. You need to get a watch ASAP, but you don't want to spend too much money. Can I go one for cheap? I mean, get a Casio, get a Seiko. You know, I would. I mean, all the fashion watches I talk about, and I love them. You know, I love Vincero, original grain. Movement is good. You know, the fifth watches, I've really, you know, it's like those watches are fashion watches, and that's for looks. And if you've got a little bit more money to spend and you're just getting into it, I mean, I love fashion watches because they got me back into my love for watches. But if I were out, you know, it's like, go look at a Seiko. I mean, there's tons of guys in the comments, tons of watch guys talking about Seikos. Casio, I have nothing against, you know, digital watches like that. A lot of people say they're not very fashionable. I get it, but they're fun. And it depends on what you want to watch for. What are you going to use it for? And by the way, I'm holding some clothing here, and I'll get that here in a second. But all right, Timex is good. They do. I've actually just got a Timex Ironman, and I'm really exploring those as well. Let me see, Denver, Colorado. Sebastian, I was just in, where's my buddy Ryan live? Highland Ranch, right? Good part of Denver. So I'm going to sneak back, grab my coffee. Any of you guys drinking coffee this morning? I love a good coffee. Any Indians out there? What are you drinking coffee? Do you guys, you know, India actually has a very long history with coffee. Didn't coffee originate in parts of India? Then we moved it over to Colombia. And here in the United States, I think we get most of our coffee from South America, just simply because we've got relationships with them. But I think India is actually where it all started. Israel's asking about Fossil watches. I can't recommend Fossil watches. Fossil, I mean, they've got some interesting brands. And again, look at them as fashion watches. If you like the look of that Fossil watch, go with it. But it's not going to be really a collector's piece or anything that's going to be an heirloom unless, like, you take immaculate care of it. But it's just, you're paying a lot for the fashion piece, which isn't a bad thing if you know why you're paying what you're paying. Okay. Madi's saying it's evening over there. Appreciate that. Daisy's saying that she's a college student deciding to buy a new, or then Daisy, you are not a woman. You're probably a man looking to buy your first suit. What are some good places to get made to measure? Okay. So Tailor Store, Indochino. I think that both of those offer, a lot. Indochino, I'm going to be, right now, I haven't put out my review of them, but I've actually already received one of their suits. I've had it adjusted. I think they're a perfectly fine company. Aaron Marino probably has a discount out there. My discount is not yet available, but if you are, go look at Indochino, and then you can email me privately. I'll find you a discount code for them, or talk to Aaron Marino. Go to his channel. I think he's got an existing discount code which you can use. Or Jose Zuniga. He probably did a review on Indochino too. I'm not sure though about that. First closet goal recommend. Tell me about your eyesight. You said that I used to wear glasses. Good. Guys, some of you guys know about me, huh? It's afternoon. Bangkok, Thailand. You guys know I love Bangkok. Spent time in Hua Hin. Went over to Bangkok, of course. Then was up in Chiang Mai last year with my family. Absolutely love you guys over in Bangkok. And all right, the video feed is behind. Really? All right. So Evan, good to see you out there monitoring the comments. No coffee, proudly brew Cuban coffee. Israel, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. America, who's out there spouting Jaeger? Mon, that's right, man. I grew up in Midland, Texas, and we wake up with an American flag like just staring at us. I jump out of bed screaming America. That's right. But all right, guys. So let's get into giveaways. Right? You guys want some stuff. So there's a company called Otero. I worked with them a while back, and I know the founders. Absolutely love what these guys are doing, and I love their shirts. I mean, they're great. The problem is Otero sent me a lot of the wrong size shirts. When we were trying to zero in, and this is something that I do with brands that not a lot of people know, is I go back and forth and we work on their messaging. And it's like a consulting thing. I really just want to make sure that they're very clear. They've got a very interesting sizing system. So I want you guys, so here's the deal. I've got like 20 of their shirts. They're the wrong size because we were zeroing in on, now in general, I'm 5'9", I'm 170 pounds. So if you know that about me, I'm 5'9", 170 pounds. I'm not overly muscular, but I'm slim, I think, and I've got a decent build. Now, if you know that, and you know that they tried to zero in on that, you can pretty much, so if you're 6'5", sorry, this clothing's not for you. Otero is geared for the guy that's about 5'9", 5'10", or shorter. So, but if you're interested, guys, go to their website. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I'm not going to reveal. I've got a whole bunch of different sizes. I want you to let me know what exact size you would take from Otero. And they're not a size, it's not size medium. Here's the thing is Otero makes you break out your height. You have to break out, what are you, a triangle? Are you a rectangle? And are you a small, medium, large, or I think they may even have an extra large or extra small. But those three things, you've got to understand their sizing system. And here's the thing, and let me know specifically what piece of clothing you want. I can tell you most everything I have are going to be t-shirts or polos. I've got about over 20 of them, different sizes. I want to send them your way. You can already tell this green one here, I've got one that fits me properly. I absolutely love it. I take it with me when I travel, and I just love, it's got, their thing is style for the shorter man. And so it's little details. Like, again, when you go check out Otero's website. Evan, maybe you can put the link down in the description, or Jane, put the description, there for Otero's website. I want you guys to go check them out. Like I said, I've got over 20 of their shirts right here, and different sizes, different styles. I want you guys to let me know the exact size. You got to give me all three parts, and you got to let me know the exact style. And then I'll be working. We'll work after this video to match. And you can enter multiple times. Guys, you can put 20 different comments. I'm cool with that. I'm maybe not going to send you 20 shirts, but I will, if you get a few of them right, I'll send you 2 or 3 shirts. Why not? Because they're just, again, these things are just sitting in my office. I've got this green, I've got this gray. So as you can tell, I've got quite a variety in this type of polo, which I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go back and watch this. And if you're watching a recording of this, know that, hey, your size may still be out there. So go ahead, go to their website, guys. That's Otero Menswear, Otero Menswear. and go check them out. And if you like, good company, love what they're doing. So that's the first giveaway, literally over 20 shirts. So go check out that company and just love what they're doing. And again, where are you guys from? I want to hear from you guys. Anyone from Texas? Anyone from Midland, Texas out there? Anyone Austin, Texas? Lived in Austin. I lived in Corpus Christi. I lived out in Southern California. All right. Okay, the link is in there. Otero Menswear. Again, I've got over 20 shirts. All you have to do is get in the comments. Let me know what size is right for you. You got to be specific and let me know what shirt you would like to receive. If I've got that shirt, if I've got that size, I'm going to send it to you. Okay, let's do it. Can you give some advice for teen clothing? So that's really a general question. And here's the thing is give me more specific questions. And the best thing you can do is, always email me your question. Guys, I've got a contact form over at Real Men Real Style. But when you ask a very general question, you're going to get a very general answer. What I would recommend is going back and watching my videos. Jose Zuniga, he does some pretty good stuff for teens, and he's closer to your age. He's, in his early 20s. I think that he's probably the best person to be talking to about that stuff. Alpha M, if you like him, he's kind of like your cool uncle. He's a great person to follow. Velvet smoking slippers. I'm going to address them. And that address is I don't own them and I don't smoke and I don't actually own any velvet. The reason I don't own any velvet, the upkeep and the maintenance. It's just a lot. All right, we've got Kashi from Nepal, best clothing store in Texas. A little technical. So most of the stores I know in Texas are based out of, they're over in, where are they at? Austin, Texas. Capra Cavelli is pretty darn good. Casey may still be working there. He was a friend of mine. Then there's the Texas Clothier. He's Dane. I don't know if he's in business anymore. He was pretty good as well. Stag, if you want kind of like more of a hipster type of vibe, but they still got some great clothing. Nothing against the hipster vibe, but Stag, I think, has some really great clothing in Austin, Texas. All right. At the fun, sit tight and wait. Fabio, size small. Well, Martin, you got to be much more specific than that. All right, so what do we got? Please recommend me a good face wash. Go check out, I think Pete and Pedro has a great face wash, and Tiege Hanley. Guys, do I need to say it? Tiege Hanley. I mean, right there, did you feel the power go through the web? Tiege Hanley makes a great face wash. Should you always wear a suit at work? I'm a buyer in Belgium in an international company, and at my job, only the bosses wear suits. Well, do you want to be the boss? So if only the bosses wear suits and you want to be a boss, then by all means, start to dress the part so that you look the part, then it's a natural. But if you never look the part of someone that can be advanced in a company, why would anyone advance you? Yes, you can say, well, technically, I do the job. Well, technically, computers do a great job too, but no one's looking to advance a computer. People are looking to advance someone that can adapt, that can adjust, they can think. Of course, you got to have the skill set, but you also want to look the part. I feel the power. That's right, Michael. 5'6", rectangle shape, size small or medium. Martin, you got to be more specific. What particular pieces of clothing do you want? You're getting really close there, and you can copy and paste, man. I have no issue with that. So go ahead and go. Let me know, guys. Be specific. Because you ain't paying for anything. I'm shipping all this out at my cost. So I do, you've got to nail it. Otherwise, it's like, man, I ain't sending you something that ain't going to fit you or you ain't going to like. I'm Indian and a huge fan of yours. Krunal, well, I'm American and I'm a huge fan of yours. All right. So we've got Shannock. Any good shampoo? Well, I use a wide variety of shampoos. I talked about, what was it? New Man Revolution. I just talked about these guys. In one of my videos, type in New Man Revolution. I really like this company. They started by fighter pilots, and these guys just really, they came through a very simple product. So New Man Revolution shampoos. And again, Shanak already got back to you on there. Let's go over to, so I'm going to step out of the comments. Actually, I'm going to go through some of the curated comments because I know you guys have questions and I want to be able to answer them. So let's go in. Some of the curated. We're already at 20 minutes past the hour. So make sure to get in your questions, get in your comments. I definitely want to hear where you guys are from. And don't forget, we're giving away over 20 shirts from Otero. So we're going to be over 20 winners. All you need to do, let me know your exact size and the particular style of shirt that you want, the color and the style. You got to be specific here. If you're not specific, you can't win. I mean, it's just the way it works. Okay, Fabio's asking, what's the best advice I can give to a guy that's looking to date a girl? All right, so first off, I mean, the best advice I can give you is simply start talking to her. I mean, don't develop a relationship in your head. And I've done this where you actually fantasize about, I'm already talking with her. We're already in a relationship. I used to do this when I was younger. I would dream about talking to certain girls. And the thing is it never went past my own mind. And in my mind, I've got a relationship with them. I know it sounds kind of crazy, and it wasn't crazy, but it's just we get these ideas in our head, and we don't ever simply let somebody know how we feel about them, or that, hey, I want to get to know you better. So have the courage to simply start the conversation. Were you a top student? I did well academically, like according to the books, in high school, and I graduated near the top of my class. But in college, I was a bad student, to be honest. My undergrad, I drank, I partied, I had a lot of fun. I didn't study at all. And what I realized is you can't just study sometimes and then, basically do fine because you've read a bunch of books. You actually have to continue to apply yourself. So when I went back to business school, I did actually work really hard. I applied myself and I graduated near the top of my class at business school. But I don't put academic success as it's just one indicator, and it's not the strongest indicator to me of lifelong success. Saw your video on boots and was wondering what your opinion was of harness engineer boots and if you had a video on them. I do not have harness or engineer boots. I'm specifically wondering, what do you define as harness or engineer boots? Are you talking more work boots? I have done, so if you go back to Art of Manliness, I know I've written about work boots before over there. But again, what I would be looking for is a company that has an established brand. What are you really looking for? In this case, sometimes an insulated boot, especially when you're out in really cold weather, you want something that actually has been glued together. And the reason being is glued boots are going to have a very thick rubber insulated sole at times, and they're going to also be able to have a big, thicker of a liner. They're going to have like double to triple insulated uppers as well. So you want to look around and definitely look in the area where they're at. When it comes to dress boots, there are some companies that make inside lining on their boots, but that's what you want to look for me, a work boot like that. I love that. Krunal, I've made him handsome and stylish, and he's a teacher. Will you consider opening a business in Europe? Christoph, what type of business? For me, Europe has a little bit too many regulations, and I kind of like the wild, wild west kind of setup here in the United States, so I'll probably stick with that. What do I think of Versace Eros? I absolutely love it. I think it's a great fragrance, one of my favorites, probably in my top 10. So definitely, I like Versace Eros. Good morning. How's it going? Hey, Chad, good to see you, man. How are things up in Toronto? Are you in Toronto? Right, Chad, that's where you're at. I need to get my butt up there. Daniel Zambrano, where do you buy all the sports jackets or suits? I actually talk about this in an upcoming video. Quite a few of my suits and sports jackets are custom. I've got a guy out of Bangkok that I've worked with for years named Naren Couture, but he's an artist. You can't order from him online. I don't recommend him much because you actually have to go to Bangkok and spend about 2 to 3 weeks there. The reason being, or you've got to pop in, like if you're in Bangkok every other week, he could work with you because you got to go in and get measured. Then you got to go for multiple fittings. That's the only way he works. He doesn't care. This guy's a true artist. Another company I work with, I don't really work with them, but they don't sponsor me at all. I just simply buy some of their stuff, is Suit Supply. What are the best dress shoes to wear, Hector? Well, I've got quite a few videos on that kind of stuff, but I'm going to recommend, dress shoes. Okay, I've talked about Ace Marks. I also like Paul Evans. Allen Edmonds is a good company. Alden out of New England. But if you're over on the other side, you're over in UK, then look at Churches, look at Cheney. Both of those are, mid-priced brands, because then you start looking, I mean, when I say mid-priced, we're talking 200 pounds, 300 pounds for a pair of shoes. So that's still relatively expensive, but they're well made. They have an established brand. Then above that, you start looking at companies like John Lobb, and that gets expensive. And Michelle's asking, do I wear a cowboy hat? No, I do not wear a cowboy hat. I tried it. Just not something I ever got into. Cowboy hats, just not me. Can you talk about Texas style? I think that's so Texas style, rodeo or belts with big buckles. You know, that usually if you ride, or you can earn those buckles. So that's kind of an interesting thing that I picked up and I saw when I was growing up in West Texas. Another thing, the type of jeans over there, Wrangler. People really like their Wrangler jeans, especially with a good fit. And the reason being, it allows you to get on and off a horse, but also it's good for country dancing. Western boots. So my favorite boots are made by Lucchese. I own a number of pair of Lucchese boots, and I've gotten friends turned on to Lucchese. I think Justin makes good boots as well. And Ariat makes good work boots. Can you give advice for men that are red-green colorblind when they're trying to match colors? So I would say make it really easy on yourself, and actually, you know, again, go for that interchangeable wardrobe. If you're colorblind and you can't put things together, you can actually get help from a clothier who can help you buy pieces that naturally work together. But I would say just keep the palette relatively simple. If you're colorblind, then understand that, okay, you've got limitations here, but make sure your clothing defaults you to dressing better than you normally would if you had to piece things together. So for my jackets, I usually leave the pocket squares right there in the jacket. Best kind of suit for interviews. Again, you're not looking to overdo anything here. You are looking to simply, to send the message of professionalism. You don't want to betray expectations in an interview. Now, really quick, guys, I want to remind you, Otero Menswear. I'm giving away, I've got a whole bunch of shirts. All you have to do is go to their website, let me know the exact size. Remember, there's 3 exact parts of the measurement system with Otero Menswear, and let me know the exact pieces that you'd want to receive. I've got like over 20 shirts and that they sent me that were the wrong size as we were zeroing in. It was kind of an interesting process, but I worked with them to refine their measurement process. In the period doing that, they sent me a whole bunch of clothing, and I've had this clothing sitting here. It's the wrong size. I love their shirts, but I love shirts that fit me. So all of these ones that just don't fit me, I don't know what to do with. So I need to know your exact measurements, the exact shirt you would like to receive. And guys, I've got over 20 of them, different sizes, different colors, different patterns. I'd love to send them out your way. Okay. So giving over 20 shirts away. How to dress up as a teen. So I would say simply experiment, have fun. All right. So guys, really quick, I want to take a quick break, and I want to talk about Menfluential. This is my conference in Atlanta, Georgia. You ready? Okay. I'll be right back. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Okay, so I am interrupting my own live broadcast to talk to you guys about Menfluential. You guys know the conference, and I've heard from so many of you guys, Antonio, I'm over in India, I'm over in South Africa, I'm in Australia, I just can't make it. Or maybe you're right in the United States, but it's just, I'm in California, I've got a business meeting, my daughter's birthday is that weekend, I just can't make it. Guys, I've set up the virtual ticket for you. And here's the deal. The price is $20. This is a no-brainer. So initially we had priced it at $300. That's how much value we were wrapping into it. We were going to we're going to interact with the audience. Me and Aaron are going to have you guys up on screen. If you've got actually a few people viewing, we ask for at least 3 people. So we encourage viewing parties. So if you're in India, get some of your buddies over, pitch in $5 each, boom, you've got it covered, and you can pay for snacks. The point is we have created an experience that has incredibly high value with very low cost. Why do this? Because it's about impact. And we're going to lose money on we paid a lot of money. We've got people coming in. They're going to broadcast this live. It is a separate event from the live event. I wanted to do that on purpose. I didn't want to give you guys just leftovers and say, we'll show you a recording. That's not interaction. No, I'm like, we got to do this. So I've got to go with a camera, and he's going to let me know who's alive. He's going to be monitoring the chat, and you can ask questions as we're there. You've wanted to interact with Jose Zuniga. You've wanted to interact with Aaron Marino. You've wanted to interact, hopefully, with me. But we're going to have Thomas Frank, Pete Svin, Ryan Masters, Baron Cordero over at the Effortless Gen, Kyle Ingram over at the Distilled Man. They're just a wide, Raphael Schneider, gentlemen's, because Everyone is going to be there. Charlie over at Charisma on Command. I mean, these are my friends, and I bring them in. Alex Costa, Jose over Teaching Men's Fashion. I think I may have already said him, but Juan and their sister Maria. I mean, they're going to be all there, floating around. And I want it so that, hey, you can reach out to them wherever you're at in the world and be there. So go grab that virtual ticket. We do have a limit on this amazing price. Why? Well, because I will knock up the price a bit. It's still going to be somewhat affordable. But when it comes down to it, guys, I want you to take action. I want you to become part of the community we've created here at Real Men, Real Style. And Menfluential, the live virtual ticket is your in. And you can grab it now at an amazing price. We're still, I know, a ways out from the event. But guys, I want you to get excited about it. I want you to be able to formulate your questions, be able to, start getting some people together. But just take advantage of this. I was really excited about this. And literally, we sold some of those tickets at the higher price. But Aaron came back, and it was Aaron. He was like, he watched, I think a part of it was the KSI, or I don't know, the guy that fought Logan Paul, whatever, the Paul brothers, whatever they are. Those guys, we saw it was $7 for that one. And that was like just a couple hours. Guys, this is over 2 days we're talking, there's a lot of content here. This is going to be like 20 hours maybe plus of content. That's why I lose my voice during the event, because I'm going around talking, engaging, trying to make people who come to my Menfluential event in person feel, it's going to be it is a life-changing event, which, by the way, if you want to show up in person, Atlanta, Georgia, February 22nd and 23rd, and it is well worth the ticket. I've talked to so many people that have come out and they keep coming back, because it's like taking a shower, just to be in an environment of men who genuinely care about you, who genuinely want to see you succeed. It's a chance for you to, if you own a business, to be around other business owners. If you're a creator, to get out of that lonely place next to your computer and to be around people that understand, that speak your language, that realize that there is so much more we can do in this world together. Maybe you just like following our channels. You just have followed us for years and you want to engage with all these guys that you've been watching, that you've been talking with. We're going to have a fitness panel this year, by the way. So, anyone, what's his name? Alan Roberts is going to be there, along with Matt Reynolds over at Starting Strength. These are the best. These are the leaders in their industries, and I brought them together in one place. And I want you to be there, whether it be the virtual ticket, whether it be the physical ticket, which is still on sale and is an amazing deal. Guys, we cover your food. I treat people the way I would want to be treated at a conference. That's why I put this party together. That's really what it is. And I invite you to it. So guys, go grab that ticket. I am linking to it down in the description. It's the official sponsor of what I'm doing here, and I really want to see you there. Guys, go grab that virtual ticket or grab a regular ticket. In any case, become part of something bigger than yourself. Now, you guys ready? Let's get back to that live broadcast. Hey guys, what's up? I look like a student here with this backpack. Okay, so got another item I want to get rid of here in the office. This is made by my friends over at JL Rocha, and anyone interested in winning this one? So it is a bag. Who says you can't mix black and brown? They did a pretty good job with this. And so it's got leather with ballistic nylon. It's a nice leather bag. But here's the deal, is I don't use it. It sits in my office. It's been here for well over, gosh, it has to have been 2 years, maybe a year and a half. And I want to send it to one of you guys. So who's interested in this bag? So to win this bag, and don't forget, I've got all these shirts I'm giving away as well. All you have to do is let me know your size. Visit Otero. But for this bag, we're going to go back to the old videos. And so I want you guys to go back in and let's see, what video do I... Okay, so you guys know Oscar Wilde. In one of my videos, I disagree with one of his famous quotes. And that quote is, a man can never be overeducated or overdressed. Now, Oscar Wilde is apparently associated with that. I disagree with that quote. Now, in what video did I disagree? And why do I disagree with that? So let me know in the comments if you remember this one. It was a pretty recent video, I think. So again, Oscar Wilde, a man... Actually, I gave you guys half the answer there, but I'm not going to worry about it. So you need to find the video and you need to talk about, why do I disagree with that quote? I think I do reveal that in the video. So you got to go back, find that video. If you want this bag, Again, right here, I think this is selling for a few $100 over at JL Rocha, and you can get this bag. Again, find the video. You need to let me know what video, write the name of it. Don't put the link because the link won't work. That won't let you leave the comment. But I need to know, let's see, who can guess this? So again, what video do I talk about a quote from Oscar Wilde that I disagree with? And it was a recent video. So if you've been watching my channel, you've been watching all my videos, you may remember this one. So let me hear it down in the comments. Again, to win this bag by JL Rocha, what Oscar Wilde quote did I disagree with and why? Because I already told you what quote it was, which is a man can never be overdressed or overeducated. And why do I disagree with that? And in what video do I talk about this? All right. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about behind the scenes. And, you know, you guys see, and I don't know if you got to watch some of my older broadcasts, but I actually had you guys watch the video. So usually what happens, and you guys ask me like, Antonio, where do you come up with all these ideas for these videos? So we have a publication schedule, in case you haven't noticed. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm putting out a video. And what I do is we go through and we use a company called, I use a program called Influence Kit. And that allows me to kind of lay out my content. Then I've got sponsors that I work with who they reach out to us. They got, hey, we've got a great product. So oftentimes we're balancing creating content that is going to be crafted around the sponsors that we're working with to be able to talk about topics that we want to talk about. So if I want to talk about, let's say, watches, well, I'm like, okay, I've got Vincero. They want to work with me on sponsorship. I want to talk about watches. How can we create something that is useful information and within it is going to be, you know, a plug for Vincero, which is a brand that I've worked with many times and I absolutely love their product, or Audible. Actually, I just did a recording for Audible and talking about, hey, dealing with self-doubt. That video is going to be coming out here pretty soon, but it was something, okay, like I've dealt with, I deal with self-doubt all the time. I'm always asking myself, am I good enough? Who am I to be giving you guys this information, to be standing here on YouTube or in video and to act like an expert? When, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, I'm this trailer park kid from West Texas. You know, who am I to talk? Like, why do I even show myself exercising? Because I don't have the body of Aaron Marino or Ryan Masters or, you know, but then you start to realize, well, you know, I am who I am. And I think people are going to resonate with me. And I talk about in this video, but I'm able to create that video because we work with that sponsor. They're able to pay for it because when it comes down to it, behind the scenes, I've got a production crew. And I've got a guy that will come in and he'll help shoot B-roll if necessary. I've got my office right here, which we have to pay rent for. I have my studio set up. Today we're doing a live broadcast, but I've got Nick over back here doing behind the scenes stuff. But normally what I do is I film a video and I'm talking to it like this, you know, just filming. And then I send off the raw footage to, I've got two videographers. I've got Thomas over in Atlanta. I've got Dane over in the Philippines. And both of these guys, I can choose who to give the video to. Then they're going to dice and slice the video. They're going to add after, you know, they're going to go through and add images. They'll put in B-roll. They'll cut out, like, I make a lot of mistakes in the videos. And in fact, if you watch, go back to one of our earlier broadcasts, actually show you me filming, you can see me tripping over words, trying to think about the points, trying to say it in a way. I'll go through and I'll do those intros, sometimes 20 different times, because I want to make sure that I nail it on the intro. Not only do I not have any mistakes, but I say it in a way that I feel I really get the point across and I emotionally am involved with the points I'm trying to make. Because I realize that you guys want a good, tight video. So what we do is sometimes those videos, the raw footage, it's going to be like an hour long. And then my video guy cuts it down to 9 minutes. Yes. So 51 minutes of junk he just throws out. And it's a wide variety of things. Me stepping back, grabbing a water. You don't see this in many of my videos, you know, me just drinking water, but I've got to because obviously I'm talking here. But what's interesting is this has enabled me, and we've got this system. Then I send it off. And then once we get the video done, what happens is then I pass it over to my writers. So my writers then look at the video and then they create an article. That's why in all of my videos, if you go down to the description, which I always tell you guys to do, over at Real Men Real Style, which is my website, which gets almost like about 70,000 visitors a day. Pretty cool for a website. And that website, I've got tons of infographics. We've got all these written articles. So if you ever are watching a video, and you want to just get to the point, you're like, Antonio, I don't have time to watch your videos. That's why I create the articles. So you could go through and skim through and read the article. Or sometimes I've even got infographics, which support and allow you to, in a matter of seconds, get a lot of the content that I'm talking about and presenting in the videos. So from that, then we get the article. We've got the video now. And I'll create even infographics from this as well. Then we produce an email that we've got an email list. By the way, if you haven't joined it, it's, or I may not link to it down in the description. Just go to realmenrealstyle.com. You'll find our email or a way to sign up. So we give away tons of free ebooks when you sign up. But the goal there is to be able to reach you multiple ways to be able to get that information out there. So I like to believe that if a guy is watching, listening, and going through my content, that in a period of less than 30 days, he will become a better dressed man. I know a lot of you guys have been telling me that in the comments. So that's a little bit behind the scenes. And I could probably actually create a video on this and talk a little bit more about it. But yeah. All right. So ask them where you guys are from. And don't forget, if you want to win this bag from JL Rocha, I'm giving this one away. I need to know, in what video do I talk about an Oscar Wilde quote, which is, a man can never be overdressed or overeducated. And I disagree with that quote. Why do I disagree with it? And in what video do I disagree with that quote? If you want this bag, that's what you need to find. All right. So, and if you want one of 20-something shirts from Otero Menswear, I just need you to go to his website. My friend Steve runs that company, and I absolutely love, they sent me a whole bunch of shirts that were the wrong size. So I want to send them your way. I've got like 20 different styles, probably like 5 different sizes. And just let me know in the comments the exact size, the exact shirt. And you can't just say maroon shirt. Well, come on, there's a whole bunch. There's t-shirts, there's polos, there's different styles of polo. The more specific you are, the higher chance you're going to win something. Okay, so let's go through. Let's look at some of these questions. Brian Eisenart, you're asking, what is the real definition of business casual? I work in an office where, so business casual, the real definition is whatever the company, whatever their HR says it is. And that, I'm sorry to, but that's really what it is. And women actually deal with a lot of business casual issues more than men do. How often do you see a man getting sent back home? It's women actually during the spring where you see, like at a bank, where they think wearing like business casual is a sundress. It's not. And oftentimes, they're being told that you got to go back and change. You can't wear this, working as a receptionist here at the bank. But for men, I would say, look around you. There was always an unwritten dress code, and say, okay, if I choose to dress a level above, like, am I okay? Do I have the confidence to pull this off? For me, business casual, again, it depends whether you're in an urban environment, in a casual, you're in a country environment. If you're out here in Wausau, Wisconsin, I can tell you business casual is very casual. But if you're in Chicago, Illinois, it's going to be a bit dressed up. Sports jackets with a nice shirt, with nice dress slacks, and nice shoes made from maybe Allen Edmonds or Ace Marks. Yes, that's business casual. Here in Wausau, that's going to be more business. Like, that's almost, people confuse that with a suit. Now, a suit is, as you know, a jacket and a pair of trousers made from the same fabric. But here in Wausau, you're going to be able to get away with, I think, much more casual shoes. You're going to be able to get away with even jeans. You could just simply wear a dress shirt or a button-down shirt with jeans, and that would be considered by some people to be business casual. Really depends. Also, the industry you're in. So Brian, sorry, I can't give you a specific, exact definition, but there isn't one. Nanad is asking, Antonio, what do you think is the best way to start your own clothing line? Just simply get started. Start figuring out what it is that people want and what they will buy, because the best clothing line is the one that can actually sell product. 30 hours, unpopular opinion, I prefer whole cut Oxfords over the classic Balmoral, also Chelsea boots over Chukka boots. Do I have to buy? You don't have to see 30 hours. You don't have to do anything. You can go with what you want. And it's not an unpopular, just because something's not popular doesn't mean that you can't do it. Shubham, what's the key to look good in boots and the first best color boots to buy? Depends. I like oxblood. I find that it fits. Like, if you like black, look to oxblood. But if you're looking for your first safe pair of boots, you're going to get a lot of wear out of. dark brown or black are usually the colors to default to. But I find, personally for me, oxblood is just a great one. Anything you can wear with black, you can wear with black shoes, you can wear with oxblood shoes. Except you're going to have more style, I think, with the oxblood. What was my MOS? I was an 0180. So I started off as a student naval aviator. I flew T-34s, T-2s, and then I blew out my sinuses. And so basically got out of flying. And then I went over to the infantry. I was made an adjutant with I was made an adjutant with 3rd Battalion 1st Marines, and I served as an 0180. So basically I had the entire S1 unit. I was a staff officer. Are you really against pocket squares in shirts? Yeah, pocket squares in shirts, I don't, not for me. I'm against it. Michelle, I would rather have a personal signed picture of Antonio. That would be great, and hanging on my wardrobe is an inspiration. Interesting. Maybe I should start. I've been thinking about getting tattoos out there, like where you guys can buy just a stick-on tattoo, a temporary one, just a big RMRS that you can wear it on your bicep and just have people send in pictures. Maybe put one on your forearm next to that anchor. Okay, let's see. William, how to look good in style if you have a big calf? Wear jeans or wear pants. Wear stylish when you go to the gym to work out. I do try to dress a little bit better. I mean, you're going to the gym, but I don't want to wear raggedy clothing that just makes you, I don't cut off my t-shirts and show off my, that's not what I'm wearing. I do wear gym appropriate clothing. To me, it's something you're going to the gym, but you're also going to run into people. You're also going to see people. And I like actually performance wear. I find a lot of the better performance out there. I've talked about Muscle Fit Basics. I love their clothing. And that's more t-shirts. Then we've also got strong body apparel. I know Nick over here, he loves their shirts as well, their jackets. So strong body apparel, absolutely love their stuff. Who else do I have? Gosh, can't remember the. I'm looking over. I've got some clothing over here. I'm Public Rec. I like their clothing as well. So look at Public Rec, strong body apparel. Strong body apparel, Public Rec. Both of them make great workout gear. Packing for the Caribbean resort, a linen blazer over the top. Sounds good to me. I'm going to be going to Hawaii, putting out videos, talking about different types of different types of sunglasses, different types of hats, I'm going to talk, yes, I'm going to do a video on Hawaiian shirts or bring in Hawaiian shirts. But yeah, sounds good to me, man. Jimmy Tan, hey, Antonio, I've been watching the video for 3 years. Keep up the good work. I will, Jimmy. Thank you very much. And tell me how you met your wife. Well, I met her traveling throughout Ukraine. So I met her in Kiev. Let me see. I'm thinking about your backdrop. I think your background should like men's upper class fitting measurements like Taylor, like room like Silver Row meets Texas. Would that be great? I probably could do something like so. Really quick, guys. So I want to tell you about Menfluential. They're kind of the sponsor of all of this. And if you haven't grabbed a virtual ticket, guys, $20, a virtual ticket to be able to be at Menfluential virtually. We've got this set up so that it's going to be a live interactive ticket. But I want you guys to go check this out. So check out this video right here. I'm going to be talking about why you need to grab a virtual ticket and attend Menfluential wherever you're at in the world. Hey, what's going on there? I am interrupting my own live broadcast again to talk about the Menfluential conference. So did you grab a ticket? Guys, the virtual ticket, $20. This is a ticket that we did start selling for $300. But Aaron's like, make it a no-brainer. Make it so cheap that people are like, I mean, are you kidding me? The value that's going to be in this? We're talking over 20 hours of live interaction and content over probably, we say 2 days, but I'm probably going to sneak some other stuff in there. I may do some warm-ups. You get to be part of our Facebook group. This thing is amazing. Before, it was only attendees that could be in this. But if you are going to be a live live virtual ticket attendee. Here's the deal. This is as real as it gets, because I didn't want it to be leftovers. This is not just a recording that you're getting. You actually, during the event, you can log in and you can actually interact with people there at the event. We're going to have cameras going around. You can simply say, hey, I love what that guy is wearing with the red suit or with the green suit with the stripes on it, and I love his shoes. Let him know that. And we're going to try to do that, because I have hired people. We spent a lot of money, and here's the deal. I'm not making my money back on this thing. It's all about impact. It's all about giving you an amazing experience. If you're over in Sri Lanka, if you're over in Pakistan, if you're over in China, if you are in Russia, you're in Ukraine, you're in Paris, you're in London, you're in England. I mean, I don't know where you're at. India, it's like, you guys know I love India. My people over in Mumbai, my guys over in Delhi, Kerala, and of course Goa. But point is I want you to feel like you're there. And so I'm setting this up so that you can interact. I'm going to bring over Aaron. I'm going to bring over some other people. We're going to have the camera set up so that we can talk to you directly. You can ask us questions. Nick, my guy Nick's running all this. He's been helping me with all these live broadcasts. And that's what actually this Friday's kind of been warming him up. He was at the event. He spoke last year. This time he's working the floor. And that's the thing, is like, we're going to be talking about fitness. We're going to be talking about style. We're going to be talking about grooming. We're going to be talking about you becoming a better man. And it's the interaction. It's you being able to be part of this entire experience, and to be at a price that, come on, I couldn't make it free, and here's why. Because people don't value things that are free. But at $20, come on, that's lunch here in the United States, maybe with a beer. But the point is don't go out this Friday night, go drinking and boozing, and just simply stay in. You'll spend that money on gas and 3 beers. 1 beer if you're in New York City. Actually, 1 drink in New York costs like about $30. I was blown away. But the point is, I've made this so that it's a no-brainer. Grab your ticket now, because the price will go up. Yes, we did sell some for $300. But again, we brought it down because Aaron actually said, Antonio, he watched the Logan Paul KSI fight, and he's like, it was $7 and it was just for a couple hours. Like, we got to make this a no-brainer just like that. And I agree. It's about impact. It's about you being able to reach out, talk to the creators, about you being, if you've got a viewing party, which I encourage, if you're down in South Africa and you want to bring a bunch of your buddies together, you're in Australia, you want to bring a bunch of your blokes together, I'm totally cool with that. You're a Kiwi, and we all know that the Kiwis, are much better at rugby than the Australians. I'm just kidding there, or am I? But love my All Blacks. Point is you guys, I want you to get together and have a viewing party, have fun, to be able to, just simply be a part of this event. You're going to, of course, get access to the recordings and the free not free Facebook group. This is a Facebook group that only previously attendees of Menfluential over the last few years have been able to be a part of. You will now become part of the alumni, guys. So I've made this a no-brainer. And if you are in Atlanta, Georgia, anytime close to this, February 22nd and 23rd, I want you to be there in person. Come on. This is something that's going to change your life, is incredibly beneficial. And guys, I created this for you. So take advantage of this. Well, I don't know. What more can I say? Except find a way, get there. And if you can't, then grab that virtual ticket, guys. No brainer. And again, the price will go up, so grab it here soon. That's it, guys. Take care. It's $20. Come on. That's it, guys. Okay, let's get back to the live broadcast. Hey, guys. Okay, so we do have a winner for the backpack. Congratulations. And this one is going to, all right, Anthony Saforza. So you got it right. 21 Stupid Style Tips was the video. And I disagreed because I said that there is etiquette. Basically, you don't want to embarrass the host. So if you overdress for an event and the host has specifically asked you to dress down, then, yes, a man can be overdressed. And I do think a man can also be overeducated, because here's the thing is, you've only got a certain amount of time that you can spend on things. And if you're spending so much time on your education, but not out going experiencing things, yeah, I think that we've only got so much time, and that you can be overly book learned. You can be overly dressed. So, sorry to disagree with you, Mr. Oscar Wilde, but as Anthony knows, hey, people can have different opinions. So again, that's Anthony Saforza. What I want you to do, Anthony, reach out to us at Real Men Real Style. We're going to go through, verify it's you, and then we'll work to get a backpack sent out to you. Sound good, man? Okay. Now, there's a number of other people who I do want to reach out to me at Real Men Real Style. Give me the exact information on the Otero, because I'm not trusting these YouTube comments, because basically we have to go through and match people. So there's going to be a lot of work for us after the fact. So I would ask that, okay, so I'm seeing MCMXCIVR. Reach out to me over, just send me the information that you put here in the comments, your exact size and the exact shirt. Reach out to me. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you guys have won, but I am saying contact me via my contact form. Again, so I got Danny. You're talking, I think, Lonnie Davis, Joe. Basically, if you have given me your Otero information, reach out to me via your contact form, my contact form, because I don't want to lose your information. And I don't trust YouTube in terms of because I can try to at you with YouTube, but I find the communication here just really is bad. So Javier Cosme, Jerry Sikuli, Silver Streak, Lamode, Vasilis, Lepi, Jonathan Kalan, Quad Kinsley, Coffee Now, Joe G, 12321, Kakashi Minoto, Demon K, Israel A, Sophisticated, Amar Ali, Ripjun J, Das, Lepi, Carlos A, Cybro Tero, Martin Pieski. Guys, all of you have submitted good answers for Otero. I can't guarantee you're going to win, but contact me at realmenrealstyle.com / or just go to my contact form. You'll find it there on my website. Let me know this is your submission. That way I've got your email address. If I don't have your email address, I can't get back to you, because as much as we try to do this YouTube comment thing, but a lot of times I find half of these gifts that I try to give away, people don't even get back to me on them. It's crazy. I'm just like, come on, I want to send you something. I want to get this thing out of my office. And we just want to make this, as best we can. So again, if you have submitted and you think you've won one of these Otero shirts, or you want to win one, reach out to me over at realmenrealstyle.com. My contact form, even if you're watching this recording days later, I probably have some left, because you've got to name the exact size and the exact shirt. And if I've got it here, I'll send it out to you. But you got to go to his website, Otero Menswear, Otero Menswear. Okay, so let's answer some more questions, right? Informational. Antonio, can you tell how I can dress dapper as a teen? Experiment, practice. I mean, when you're starting off and you're young and you want to dress sharp, you just need to start doing it. You just need to practice. Are cotton sweaters adjustable? Yes, they are, but you got to know how to go in there and bring them in on the sides. And not everyone is going to be able to do this. A seamstress works more with clothing that is sewn. You're going to need to work with someone that actually does knit work. And those people can be found, but there isn't, I've always thought that that's a very interesting market, literally trying to get sweaters adjusted. You can do it, but you've got to have someone that knows how to stitch. Paul, are those books in your office about style? No, most of these books have nothing to do with style. They actually have to do with business and other skill sets. So I'm a big fan of when I need to learn something, I just simply go get a book. I hire a course, which is why I talk about Audible. I'm happy to have them as a sponsor. Skillshare, I'm happy to have them as a sponsor, because I use these websites. I use these books to become smarter in certain ways. So for me, it's like if I can read a book on something, I know a little bit about it. If I can read 5 books on something, I probably know more than 99% of the world on that particular subject. I almost become an expert just by reading a few books on a subject. So can one wear leather boots in summer as well? I know I did. It depends on your summer. For the winter in New York City, what's a good type of coat to wear? I really like an overcoat. If you're going to be in the city, New York City, I think a great overcoat is a smart investment. What do you think of Burberry shirts? I don't know about their shirts. I like their jackets and their trenches and things like that, but they're expensive. Love and support from India. Rich Raj, I appreciate that. How many shoes should a man have? Probably less than 100 pairs, but I'm not going to recommend, less than any more than you need. So counting running shoes, counting boots, counting dress shoes, I don't see a problem with having a good variety of shoes. Now, most of them, you probably don't want to travel with that many. It's a little bit difficult. Shoes are difficult to travel with. But hey, me personally, you guys probably know, I've got like 50 pairs. But then again, that's because I'm in this industry. All right, so let's go. What else are you guys asking? Vasilis, Antonio, do you use hair products like clay or wax? I use products that usually wash out pretty easy. So I like Pete and Pedro because all of Aaron's products wash out very easily. That was one of the things he wanted. So he doesn't have any wax products. Now, if I want something that has more hold, I'm going to look at By Villain. That's going to be by the guys over at Slick Hair, and like their Gold Digger, their Silver Fox. Both of those they're going to need to use a shampoo to get those out of your hair, but they've got a lot more hold than anything that Air Merino sells. All right. What do you think, Antonio? This is by Nanad. What do you think is the best way to have confidence when it comes to girls? I would say really work to improve and build up your confidence in other areas. So get used to speaking with girls, with women. Just talk to them, get to know them. All of a sudden you realize they're just as human as you. And but work on confidence in other areas. For me, it was academics. So I had no problem talking with girls if I needed to assist them with their academics. When it came to sports, I was pretty good with track. So I could talk to other girls to girls about track. It just wasn't really an issue. But I think what makes it difficult is when you get in your own mind and you start thinking that these people are better than you. All right. Antonio, do I meditate? No, not enough. I do sometimes when I'm asleep, before I go to sleep, but that's kind of cheating because I'm like, I just fall asleep. But what I do is I focus in on my breathing, and that puts me to sleep. So I guess that's about my extent of my meditation. I wish I spent more time. That's something I need to bring into my life. The best book, Rajaj is asking, the best book about life goals and how to chase them. The best book? I don't like, giving one book, but let's see. I've got a few here. So this one by John C. Maxwell is pretty good. The choice is yours. I like it because it's just very easy to grab. All right. There's another one called by Gary Fenchuk, and that one is Timeless Wisdom. I really like these books because they take a lot of great information and they distill it down to quotes. Anything by Ryan Holiday, I absolutely love. Obstacle is the Way. That he's become really popular because he takes a lot of stuff from the Stoics, and he takes a lot of the information from the Stoics. I've also got, let me see, where's Brett McKay's? I really like Brett McKay's Manvotionals as well. So again, he took a lot of information from the Stoics, and it's just timeless wisdom. A lot of quotes. Absolutely love this book. So books like that for me are great because they give you an overview, and then you can choose to go deeper. If you really like the quotes, if you like what this guy is saying, let's say you really like what Marcus Aurelius has to say, and you're like, oh, well, he's got a lot more writings than just what are the quotes here. Or if you like, I don't know, Schopenhauer, a particular philosopher, you like Nietzsche, you get into John Stuart Mill. All of these guys are great thinkers, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go, get into their stuff. But then you start, history for me, I love historic reading. So what is this guy wrote again, catching me here, but I'm just thinking Ariel and Will Durant. These were great writers that would go through they were history writers, and they would take in tons of information and then break out history. They did like the history of philosophy. They did the history of the world. So Will and Ariel Durant, they were a married couple, academics that actually compiled tons of solid information. I absolutely love their readings. Their audiobooks are awesome. So if audible.com, I've talked about them. Absolutely love it because I've been using Audible for over a decade. And for me, just history and learning from the past is really helped with my confidence, because you start to realize that we are just like these great people that have lived before us, and we're going through the same thing, and they made it. They had some success, so we can too. Make sense? All right. So that's it. We're here at the end of the hour, a few minutes even passed. But I wanted to thank you guys for being part of this. I'm going to go through, if I didn't get to your question, I'll try to get to it next week. Again, we're going to do this again. The reason I'm doing these live broadcasts is I want to get to better know you. I've got a lot of stuff I've been giving away. And I know some of you guys are still waiting on the packages. Sorry. I've just got things sitting here. We've been going back trying to get addresses, get my assistant here in the office. But hey, it isn't costing you a dime. You just got to wait a little bit for it. That's it, guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.